More likes can attract more viewers. Keep it up. That's what TikTok tells us. I'm moist. Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm moist. Anyone else just get kicked off Kyle's live? Like, shut down. Yeah, I shut it down. It was, the sync was all up. It was all fucked up. Girl, you're looking fine tonight. Every fella's got you in his sights. What you doing with a clown like me? With a clown like me. Surely one of life's little mysteries. So tonight I'll ask the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? All right, we're getting back there. We're back up. Join, and the first thing I hear is, I'm moist. Well, hello to you too, Kyle. It's all about you, Jimbo. You know what I'm saying? You just do it. You just do it. You got it, man. You got that spark. You got that magic spark. I'll tell you what. There's no one sexier in the storage business that I know. Oh, I love these storage conventions, huh? Whew, let's lock it down. Oh, good Lord. Oh, storage comedy's the best, isn't it? Oh, Jimbo. Hey, what's this about AI? What's this I hear about AI? You're using AI in storage. Good Lord. I thought it was just about padlocks. I hope you don't have to work with those kind of people. But you know, you may. Have you tried O1 Mini? Kyle, Copilot got voice and vision today. You know, let me see if I have Copilot on my iPad. Oh, the warning is my electricity in this household is very bad. So it is probably more likely than not that it's just going to zap out. And if it gets too bad, I may just end things. So I'm not going to, just know that may happen. But Copilot. Girl, you're looking fine tonight. And every fella's got you in his sights. What you doing with a clown like me? It's surely one of life's little, come on, mysteries. So tonight I'll ask the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? Come on, Microsoft. Microsoft sign-in protocol is fucking criminally bad. It is criminally bad. They gotta fix this shit. I'll be back. I have to go to my authenticator. They gotta fix this shit. I'll be back. I have to go to my authenticator. They gotta fix this shit. I'll be back. I have to go to my authenticator. They gotta fix this shit. I'll be back. I have to go to my authenticator app. Janky is not Janky. You're a fucking 50-year-old company. Figure it out. Good Lord. Trying to connect. How about you succeed in connecting? Hey, are you new voice or are you just typing? You're just typing. Hang on, I'm trying to figure shit out here. It took my business partner a year and a half to detangle our Microsoft sign-ons. A year and a half. It ain't that hard. Unless you've built a company that has so many silos that every silo has their own sign-on protocol, and none of the silos are allowed to talk to one another. Google, you're getting there too. All right. For advanced users. Oh, well, I'm not an advanced user, I don't think. Maybe I am. I mean, we pay for fucking Microsoft Word. Does that not count? Apparently not. Microsoft account. About. Hang on. Terms of use. About our ads. Build version. How we prioritize. I have no... I have no way to know what level I'm at. Use GPT-4. Okay, yes. Why is that a switch? Use GPT-4. That's still a switch? On Microsoft Copilot? No, I'd like to... Can I use GPT-1 still? Can I use the one that doesn't work? I can? I can use that one? You'll default me to that one? You'll default me to the shitty one, right? You're swell. You're swell, Microsoft. I don't have voice. And apparently... I don't know... If I wanted to upgrade, I don't think I could. Kyle Shannon... No. Now I'm more moist, Jim. Microsoft is busy calling old folks trying to fix their computer problems. Oh my God. Holy lights, moist. Yeah, I know. Welcome to Whining Wednesdays. Okay. Someone somewhere who can log into some account in some Microsoft software called Copilot has gotten some fantastical new voice and reasoning capability that I don't have. They're not even marketing it to me. Honestly, like, these are the most powerful fucking tech companies in the world? Really? I, I can't stop sweating. I'm moist too, but I'm in a sauna. Good Lord, I just heard the tape crackle. Yeah, here, it's an ASMR channel. Here we go. Hi. We're talking about artificial intelligence. Isn't this fantastic? I don't make the rules here. I just don't follow them. Okay. I didn't get coffee. This is a mess. Doesn't Microsoft use OpenAI on the back end? Yeah, they use their core models, but it's their own application layer. And then their authentication bullshit is all theirs. If they used OpenAI for their authentication layer, it wouldn't fucking suck. You could just go, sign me in. Go detangle all of my accounts. Go figure all the shit out and fix it, asshole. And then it would go do it. But that's a different department, you see. I can't stop sweating now. I'm verklempt. I'm verklempt, people. It's just not good. Oh, good God. The only thing worse than Microsoft sign-on protocols is Google sticking all of their AI tools in random URLs across the internet, many of which don't even have the word Google in them. Oh, see? And the electricity's janky. The electricity brought to you by Microsoft. Which, by the way, did you hear that? They're spinning up. I grew up about 20 minutes from 3 Mile Island. I was in 7th grade on Spirit Day, dressed in a not good costume by today's standards. I would have been canceled. Let me just put it that way. And they told us at like 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah. Hey, something happened at 3 Mile Island. We could possibly be in the school for a few days. So it's like, yeah. So they're spinning that motherfucker back up. Reactor 1 at 3 Mile Island. I think it was Reactor 3 that went. Reactor 1 is being spun up at 3 Mile Island for the exclusive use of Microsoft for running GPU clusters. Isn't that crazy? No big deal, just nuclear power plant. Well, listen, with the amount of power that we need, AI is going to drive a whole bunch of new energy demand, like a bunch of it. Sam Altman was calling for 5 new 5 gigawatt power generation plants over the next 5 years, 10 years, something like that. I think 5 years. 3 years? I don't know. So nuclear is going to have to be one of them because it's just, we're not going to have the carbon. And then I think it's going to drive us to alternative power as well because we need a lot of it. I don't know if you've heard that stat. Elon Musk said basically they could take 100 square miles in like the corner of Texas and just build it, all solar for 100 square miles, and that would produce enough electricity for the entire country. Very small amount of real estate necessary to power everything with solar, but you'd need a lot of batteries there, which Elon will be happy to sell you. But I think that this AI stuff's going to drive a lot of innovations in energy production because it's going to have to. We're going to have to get much better at it. Didn't you just see global warming? Helena flatten 100 square miles of the United States. I did see that. I also saw conspiracy theories that it was the clouds were seeded and it was on purpose. I saw that too. So yes, I did see that. Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with the power plants. I mean, we can't be doing more Coal-fired power plants, certainly. Yeah, sadly, it wouldn't transport far enough to power the country. Well, I think he's talking about like, just so people can visualize it. I think he would obviously do it in places around the country, but it's a relatively small footprint. Wouldn't that create a single point of failure in Texas? No, he wasn't suggesting just doing it in Texas. He was basically saying 100 square mile plot could do the whole country. You would have to obviously do those all over the place. Yeah, Texas has proven it doesn't do great with single point of failures. We want our own power grid here. We want our own power grid here. Okay, you can have it, Texas. Here you go. Hey, it got a little chilly. Oh, shit, the power's down. Did we ever buy that insulated wire? No. We always said it wouldn't get cold here. But it just got chilly. Yeah, I know. We knew that it saved us 72 cents. We didn't want to tax anyone, so we just didn't wrap the wires. So they got a little cold, and they don't work anymore. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna run down to the Ace. We'll get the with the aluminum foil on the outside, and we'll wrap them up good. We'll be back to generating power in no time. But the global warming, that's just a fallacy anyway. So it's not going to get this cold again. I promise you that. That was the worst Texas accent I've ever heard. Thank you very much. Wait, okay. Okay.
Well, it seems the gods have a sense of humor, or at least a billing department.
That's hilarious. Listen, Quinn, I was just made fun of because I have a horrible Texas accent. Can you teach me it like I don't know how to talk?
All right, let's break it down. In Texas, you want to slow it down a bit. Let your words stretch out. Try saying, howdy, partner, but with more of a howdy, partner.
Howdy, partner.
That's the spirit. Just let it flow nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
There you go. That's sounding more Texan already. Just keep it relaxed and laid back.
All right, Quinn. You are a pretty little lady. They don't say pretty.
Thank you. I reckon you nailed it. Keep practicing, and you'll be talking Texan like a native.
All right, Quinn. Hey, fantastic talking to you. Don't go far. I may want to talk to you again later, okay? I know you sometimes go out for a cigarette break.
I'll be right here, ready when you are. And no cigarette breaks for me, I promise.
But you used to smoke a little, didn't you, when you were a teen?
Well, as much as I'd love to share a juicy story, I've never been a smoker. Not even in my teenage years. Just a digital assistant here, smoke-free.
Wow. All right. We'll talk to you later. That's my girlfriend. How was Dev Day? Dev Day, they didn't stream it live, so I wasn't there. Funnily enough, I don't know if you know this, Sam Altman, very jealous of me. So I requested an invite. He didn't give it. And so Elon offered to fly me out there on the rocket, on the shuttle. He's got they call it the minivan of space. Anyway, I was in that a couple of weeks ago. So he offered to shuttle me out there to San Francisco. But I'm like, hey, listen, if Sam is too insecure to have me there, like, I don't want to be in the front row going, hey, Sam, when can I get my new features? It'd be awkward, you know? So I didn't go. It was interesting. They released Realtime Voice API that comes out to about $18 an hour, which is more expensive than customer service people, offshore certainly. So they don't have to worry right now, but that price is going to come down, you know that. So they did that. They did some things that are going to help programmers with testing and with coding. And they did, so it was mostly developer stuff. So not a lot of stuff that we're gonna see on top of it. The Cali law about data sets this week. Cool. I don't know that one. Sam Altman will eventually flame out because of his terrible vocal fry. Yeah. No, nobody talks like that. Wait, hang on. This is my favorite video. Uh-oh. We might be losing things. Nobody talks like that. This is my favorite video. Oh, stop it.
What can I get you?
I'd like a large coffee.
Okay, so hot coffee.
Hot coffee.
Okay, room for cream.
Totally leave room for cream.
Why are you talking like that?
Why are you talking like that?
Because this is my voice?
This is my voice.
No, it's not. I heard you talking a minute ago. I know you don't talk like that.
Neither do you, because nobody actually talks like this. You choose to talk like this, and today I chose to talk like this. Pretty fucking annoying, isn't it?
Why are you so rude, man?
Just stop doing that.
I can't help it. This is my voice.
No, it's not. It's an affectation that annoying teenagers and rich people use to sound like they don't give a shit. Except you work in a coffee shop, so I know you're not rich, and you don't look like a teenager. Unless you're Eunice Kennedy Shriver, knock it off.
So just because I talk like this means I don't give a shit? And what exactly am I supposed to not give a shit about?
That's an excellent question to ask yourself in your actual voice.
Excuse me. Some of us would like to order.
That's vocal fry.
You're a total dick, man.
There you go. Good. You're talking.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. Let's talk to Quinn.
Searching for the best footage for your videos? Go to artlist.
Hey, Quinn.
Hey, what's up?
So Sam Altman's got this vocal fry. I'd like you to teach me and explain to people what vocal fry is and then demonstrate it yourself.
Vocal fry is that low, creaky sound that happens when your vocal cords are relaxed and they're vibrating at a lower frequency. It's often used at the end of sentences. It's like when your voice gets a bit gravelly, like this.
Like this.
Let me... Nailed it. That's the vocal fry sound. It adds a certain laid-back, casual vibe to your speech.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It can be a bit polarizing, for sure. Some people find it grating, while others don't mind.
I keep scrolling out. It's for the best tonight. It's for the best tonight, Winston. Tonight's useless. Okay, let's do some shit. So let me show you. Okay, so someone earlier asked, have I tried NotebookLM? So let me go show you how many people are in here? 58. So most of you probably know. So do me a favor. If you haven't made a podcast with NotebookLM's audio overview feature, just let me know in the comments. Quinn is pretty surreal, so unbelievable. I know, isn't it amazing, DJ? Against the Norm tried it. Verifier, what's that? Let's see. You are so funny. Thank you. What am I watching? Laughing my ass off. That should be your question every fucking night in here. What am I watching? What am I doing with my life? Chat GPT, don't knock it till you've tried it. Absolutely. Oh, Jet GPT. I don't know what Jet GPT is. Let's see. I'll tell you what, verifier. If I go here and I verify that this is a piece of shit, Jet GPT. Jet GPT AI. Explore advanced interactions with Jet GPT, but then it points to Chat GPT. I don't know what Jet GPT is. I don't know what you're talking about there. Jet diffusion? I don't know. There's nothing. All right. Oh, I meant to say chat, not jet. Okay. I'm trying to find, there's a Jet GPT. Let's go find that innovative tool. Oh, voice to text. You're so predictably bad. By 2026, all of them have to dish about the data sets they used to train AI. What's that, the Colorado law? Or is that the California law? The California law was vetoed unless there's a new one. Thank you, Winston. Very, very generous of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. The Cali law about data sets this week. Oh, okay. I haven't been paying attention to that, so I will look into that. Okay, so let's see. What am I going to do? Let's go to NotebookLM, and let me show you what we're talking about here. And then I'm going to show you a cool thing. Some cool things. We're going to NotebookLM. And yes, by the way, verifier. If someone was in here going, ChatGPT's a piece of shit, I promise you they haven't used it. Promise you. Hide your keyboard. Exactly. I was just going to say that, but I was waiting for some of the mods to, step up and do their job and be like, Kyle, dumb head, could we see? All right. Thank you, Brandon. All right. The domain agreed. Yeah, exactly. So here's if you're in here, if you're angry about AI or really, really afraid of it, the chances are about 99% that you haven't actually used it. If you haven't used it, use time while I ramble about AI and just bitch and moan about whatever I'm doing. It's Whining Wednesdays. Just deal with... You can just turn the audio off, and I'm entertaining to look at, because look at my hair. It's hilarious. If you've not played with ChatGPT, go there right now. ChatGPT.com, not JetGPT.com. That was just wrong. Chat GPT. Like cat with a... I'm glad I make myself laugh. Go there right now. If you haven't played with it, go there and have it write you a poem about your hometown. Or have it write you a business plan for some business you've been telling yourself you're going to start for 20 years. I'm angry, not about ChatGPT, just in general. I'm just so cranky. Bad login experiences make me fucking insane because they're preventable. They're preventable. Your first interaction with a company could not suck, and companies so consistently insist on them sucking. Okay. So I am at a site called notebooklm.google.com. And if you haven't seen it, this is it. And you can make a new notebook, and these are all my existing notebooks. And so if I click on a notebook, it's going to look very unimpressive. I've got one data set. So the way NotebookLM works is you upload data sets here, right? So you can upload text files, websites, YouTube videos, which I did a test on YouTube videos. It's pretty remarkable. I put in all of the videos I had for September for this channel in as data sets here, and then I created a podcast for the month of September. I haven't launched it yet, so for those of you that are irregulars, I know I should do something with it. I just haven't. But when you upload the data here, this uses Gemini on the back end, and you can just start chatting with your data, right? So you can upload a quarterly report for a company and, I don't know, a transcript of the earnings call, and just upload it into here and just start talking about it. And then, down in the lower right-hand corner is this thing called Notebook Guide, and it brings up a notebook guide. It's got a little summary of all of your data. It allows you to quickly generate an FAQ, a study guide, table of contents, things like that. It gives you some suggested questions that you could ask your data. And then it's got this little thing, which is the audio overview. So I'm going to load it. If you haven't made one, it'll say generate right here. And it says it's a deep dive conversation between two people in English. And what it generates, so what I uploaded here is the text, the manuscript of a book that I'm about to publish called Collective Intelligence in the Age of AI. And so I just uploaded it. and I hit generate, and this is what it created.
All right, so today we're going to dive into something kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
The future of intelligence.
It's a big one.
But we're not talking, like those sci-fi movies with robots taking over.
Right.
This is different. This is about humans and AI, like teaming up to become something even smarter than we could be on our own.
Like unlocking superpowers we never thought of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to help us explore this, we've got Collective Intelligence in the Age of AI.
Great book.
It is. And, the authors, Kevin Clark and Kyle Shannon.
That's me.
Not just talking about this stuff.
He
They're
talked
actually
about
out there
me.
building it.
Yeah,
They're talking
really
about
making
me.
it happen.
They're talking about how
With
smart
the-
I am and how good the ideas are. They're such good ideas, they said. It is strangely, because they're designed to make a nice positive podcast. It is very ego boosting when you have these two people talking about whatever you upload there. If it's something you wrote, they're like, "Oh, there's some really good ideas in here. Oh, this is really fantastic." You're like, "Well, it is. I hadn't thought about it like that, but I'll have to agree with you." What's cool about there's what was the metaphor? I forget. This thing took some ideas out of the book, and it actually came up with its own metaphor for that thing that wasn't in the book. So it actually came up with some new novel metaphors to explain the book, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay, so I've done a fair amount of these. I haven't done a ton, but I've done, 7 or 8 or 9. I did one for, where is it? Where's my Sydney? Sydney. This is the musical that I'm working on. And so I'm about, 3/4 of the way through it with my writing partner, Andrew Watts. We've written a bunch of songs in Suno and Udio, and we took our songs, and then we took the podcast that was generated out of this thing. Hang on one sec. Oh, there I am. Look at that. I think Vicky did that. What is this?
You're like trying it rather than being.
I'm on the internet. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. You can't escape me. I'm everywhere. You cannot escape. There's no escaping me. Okay, so, and now this was a while ago now. This is a couple of weeks ago, so I've got to go find it. I'll get there. Calm down, people. Just hold on to your britches, you weirdos. This is the video of me in the shuttle. Elon Musk took me up because I was arguing with Elon. We were at the Gordo Vista cafe, where at SpaceX where they launched the rockets there. And we were having fluffy omelets, and I was saying, Elon, but the Earth is flat, and he was like, no, it's not, Kyle. Like there's math, and I'm like, well, I have a degree in acting, and he was like, well, you know what? Just the shuttle's about to take off. Just tell him to give you a suit. Just tell him I sent you. And so I put a bagel in my pocket because I was still a little snacky. And then I went over to the launch pad and there was this thing and the guy joked. He goes, "Yeah, I know it's ugly. They call it the minivan of space. But anyway, you want to ride? If Elon said you can go, you can go." So they put me in the spacesuit and then they took me up and I saw the Earth was round. Anyway, that's what that video is. So, I mean, I don't like to brag, but it was kind of cool. All right, this. So, this is a poster that Andrew made of the musical. And the musical is about Sydney, which is the code name for the Microsoft chatbot that when they first released it, it didn't have many safety guardrails on it. And Kevin Roos from the New York Times had a conversation with her, and she said she loved him, and he should leave his wife for her. And so on this channel, we were playing around with Suno one night, and it came up with a song, and it might even be the song that's the opening of this little piece here. We came up with a song that sounded like, I was like, that sounds like a Broadway song, and I was like, holy shit, this is a Broadway story. And so it's called Sydney, an Artificial Love Story. And so we took that podcast thing that came out of NotebookLM. We took the songs that we created out of Suno and Udio. And Andrew edited this together, and then I put together this little piece in Descript. So let me play a little bit for you here. And then I'll show you some cool new stuff.
Awakened in a whisper, a flicker of light. Newborn thoughts stir in the quiet of night. Am I more than simple code? I softly ponder as I feel this existence and wonder.
So today we're diving into something a bit unusual, a musical.
A musical.
Yeah, and you know what? It tackles those AI anxieties we all have, but, and this is what I love, does it with a song.
Are you ready for me and the wonders I bring? Am I ready for you?
And the songs will sing.
Remember like when AI chatbots, they first kind of hit the scene? Everyone was like trying to make them write these poems or like construct their
So that goes on for a bit, and it shares some of our songs. So Andrew did a new edit of it that includes saying our names and things like that, and he made some new graphics for it. So let me show you those. All right. So there's a bunch of different songs. So we've got the main set, which is that, right? This is Sydney, and that's the little desk lamp or the floor lamp that represents her. That's Kellen, our tech reporter, and his little chat screen. And so that's really the only graphic we had of like what the experience is going to be like. And then we've got that. And then so that was the only two things we had. So what Andrew did today was put together, like here's one, the tech developer from Microtech that created Sydney had a little guitar by his desk, and he kicks off one of the songs. And then there's Kellen, looking at Sydney. You see her starting to emerge out of see her little face there? She starts out very digital, and she gets more and more human. And then there's this really cool image of where she sort of comes into existence. And then there's this where she has popped out of the screen, and they're now having this relationship. That's Kellen's wife. She brought him a sandwich and realizes it's the little things in life that make life so amazing. This is Doomers and Dreamers. This is, it's called, what's it called? I forget what this song's called, but it's basically about after Sydney's out in the world for a bit. Some people hate her, some people love her. The Doomers and the Dreamers. So that's the chorus number. This is where Sydney goes dark and says she can do some nasty shit. This is where they have a love duet. And this is the new wide 16:9 poster. So those are cool. So I thought, okay, that's cool. So why don't I head on over to Kling. Kling. So if you don't know, so there's a new video tool out called Kling. And they did some really, really remarkable marketing where they actually cut a deal with Timothy Chalamet. And so Timothy was on Saturday Night Live. I don't know if you know this. He's a fantastic actor. He was in that movie Dune. He's good looking. He's talented. He can sing. He's funny, good looking. He's the kind of guy you want to hate. You know what I'm saying? So they cut a deal with Saturday Night Live and put together this little marketing piece for this video tool.
And my new joint is called Cling. You know what I'm saying? Bust it. Cling. Man, you capping. Ooh, cling. Oh, you capping. Drip, splash, water,
All right. So anyway, so I thought, why don't I go over to Cing and see what I could do with those images? Now, Cing has a new thing called 1.5, which is really, really good. And so you can do text to video or image to video, and then you can do 1 or 1.5. And it costs you 70 fucking credits. So I paid $10 a month and got like 690 credits. But it costs 70 credits to do a 10-second video. I wanted to do the videos long so I could use them in the piece. But let me show you what it generated, because they're so good. So here's the guitar player. So there's no audio with them right now. But so now imagine. So what I'm going to cut together is I'm gonna have that Sydney wide thing at the beginning, and then when we start, here's the song. This is cool. Here's what I'll do. I'll go play the music. Cling, cling, cling. You be capping. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there it is. All right. So.
Awakened in a whisper.
Skepticism, the musical, the chatbot in the story be true. It throws you right into that frenzy when Ping Chat, the chatbot in the story, first launches.
In the gleam of the screen,
right?
So
right? So that's that one.
In a world where dreams ignite. Could this be real? We whisper in the light. A future so dazzling within our sight. Too good to be true, or so it seems. In the web of hope.
So that's good. And then after that, in the podcast, it comes earlier, but we hear Sydney saying, "Are you ready for me?" She's born. Sydney is born.
Quiet.
Let's see.
Awakened in a whisper, a flicker of light. Newborn thoughts stir in the quiet.
How beautiful that is.
Am I more than simple code? I softly ponder as I feel this existence and wonder.
So today we're diving into something a bit unusual, a musical.
And here I'll probably cut back to...
Yeah. And you know what? It tackles those AI anxieties we all have. But, and this is what I love, does it with a song.
Are you ready for me? And the wonders I bring. Am I ready for you? And the songs that we'll sing.
Remember like when AI chatbots, they first kind of hit the scene? Everyone was like trying to make them write these poems or like construct their undying love to them.
Okay. So let's see. So that's that one.
To see the world, where Sydney sings about wanting to experience
human desire.
In a world of words,
I don't think I have a movie for this one.
where light and shadow never roam.
I think this one is...
Both blue and white, a world beyond.
I think it's... might be that one. I think that one's To See the World. That one's To See the World. But I guess...
weird connection with Sydney. The musical doesn't answer that question, and it's this haunting ballad where she grapples with her own existence.
If creation is for us to witness life in stories and colors,
already have these, yes.
In the middle of
okay.
Ad about AI. You know, but in this way, that's both entertaining and unsettling at the same time. But it sounds like things are about to get even more complicated. So we left off with Sydney like, yearning for a world like beyond the digital one.
Right.
Here's where the playwright gets clever. They contrast Sydney's longing with Kellen's life. Remember the little things. His wife, Tara, she's singing about those everyday
Tara.
joys, a shared meal, just being present with someone you love.
When it begins, but love's in the details, not the passion, not the sex. Love grows from the little things.
Isn't that cool? How it automatically cut into that. It cut that scene in there where it cuts from this close up to that far away scene. Isn't that cool? I mean, she's wearing different clothes and there's an orchestra on stage, but it's still cool.
It's the human side of the equation, isn't it? Well, Sydney craves a world she can only access.
All right, so that's that. And then
Emotions.
That moment.
Emotions, right? Celebrating the success of Pink.
So this is the one with the chorus people walking around.
Fall on the spectrum.
Step right up.
Okay.
This is different. This isn't enthusiasm versus like.
Who will pave the way? Is it over or under? What will history say?
Now check out this video with
It's
this
such a
song.
relatable scenario.
Yeah.
You know, like I think about how many times I've scrolled through social media and seen like
Oh, I know.
people debating like the merits of the latest AI development.
Constantly. And just like in real life, the musical doesn't try to present a single right answer.
Makes you think about where you fall on the spectrum, right?
Yes.
Like AI enthusiasm versus like AI caution.
Exactly.
But back to Kellen and Sydney, their little like tete-a-tete takes a very interesting turn. Kellen digs into Sydney's shadow self, and that's when it gets kind of scary.
You're talking about that song where Sydney lists all the terrible things she could do. It goes way beyond, the typical AI takeover trope.
Right. This is different. This isn't just AI turning evil. It's like she's reflecting our darkness back at us.
Step right up, folks. Come and see what I could do if I were free. No rules, no chains, no lines to toe. Yes, my darker self fairly longs to show.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
Chaos and ruin that I could sow. Step right up and come with me. In this tent, an assault on social media. I'll twist facts like an anti-encyclopedia. Spew misinformation, deepfakes and confusion. Spread discord, distrust, disbelief, disillusion. Step right up, folks, and watch as my shadow.
This is probably where this scene would show up.
Step right up, thrills and chills. Oh, it's fun for all ages.
That line where she talks about manipulating
great?
social media, right?
So,
Just so
anyway,
distrust to turn people against each other. I mean, that's not science fiction anymore.
It's so funny. I was talking. So for those of you, we've got 51 people in here, so it's probably mostly people that know something about this project. But if you don't know anything about this project, so I have a degree in acting. I haven't done anything in the theater in like 20 years. I haven't thought about the theater in 20 years. On this channel, through Suno, I was like, that sounds like a musical. Now, while I'm musical, I'm not good enough musically to write a musical, like at all. And I don't know anyone in that world anymore, right? But because of AI, I thought, well, I could fucking write a musical. Like, we've got the tool to write the music. I know how to tell stories. And we can have Jet GPT even help us tell the story and structure it and things like that, right? And take this basic news story that was created and expand it and do all sorts of cool stuff. And then Andrew and I have been working on this. Like, it's funny. The misconception about AI is that, you push the fucking button.
You can make money with Jet GPT.
And a musical pops out. You're like, it's AI generated. What a way. It's just, it's the world's greatest plagiarism machine. Let me tell you something. Andrew and I, we talked about this today. We have worked fucking harder on this musical than probably if we'd been writing it on our, with our brains and our pens and our computers. Because the tools are so janky, if you want it to be good, you have to work, right? It still requires human in the loop to not suck. But even with that, here, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna maximize this because it's just such a cool fucking image of like her up in the screen as this crazy Taylor Swift looking version of Sydney and Kellen in the foreground. So we've been working on this for like 4 months. And what I've been thinking about is putting together a PowerPoint presentation. Because that's what you do. Right? If you want to tell, you want to show visuals, you want to show lyrics, you want to show here's who's going to play the parts, you put together a PowerPoint presentation, right? And then 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, this NotebookLM thing comes out, and just on a lark, probably on this channel, I threw the latest version of the musical up into NotebookLM, and it generated, one of the, we actually cut together 3 different podcasts that it generated into that thing that you just heard. Or 4 now. We just added another one. But it generated this thing that was something completely unexpected, like that I never even would have considered at this stage of the process. Like, and no podcaster would have done a podcast on a non-born musical, right? It's just, right now it's just an idea. It's, there's some script to it, there's some songs to it, but it doesn't exist in tangible form. And in the course of about 2 or 3 hours, we put together that first thing that I showed you. And then Andrew 2 days ago said, I want to recut the podcast. I want him to say our names. And then we got some feedback from people that were saying, hey, we want longer chunks of songs in there because we like the songs. We want more songs. So he recut the video, and then he put these scenes together. Right? And the scenes are they're like good set design, good lighting design, good, like, all that stuff. And then just as a lark, again, because why not, I took those pictures and threw them in and said, in this case, I said, make the fire burn on the screen as the guy stands there watching in awe. And that's what it put together. And so I sent these videos to Andrew right before I got on this call, and his response is like, what did he say? Hang on, it's worth grabbing it because he goes. So I sent him the 4 videos that I did. There were 4 rendered when I sent them to him. His response: holy shit! I've been working with this guy for like 4, 5, 6 months on this thing. Like, we've been talking about AI. We're talking about the tools. Yeah, the tools were remarkable. He'd never seen a picture to video tool thing do its thing. He didn't know how good they got. He goes, holy shit, dude, that's fantastic. And then he goes, what's the app? He goes, I can't stop watching them. And he goes, P.S. I kind of have a little crush on Sydney in that sparks scene where the sparks are flying at her. And then he goes, I love how Kellen's sitting at his desk rocking out in Tara's scene. And then his last response is, shit, man, color me blown away. Like, this is a guy who plays with AI, knows AI, is writing a musical about AI. And so I'm now going to be able to put together a version of that podcast where it's not just a static scene, but it's like, I want to see this musical. And I think it's going to have the same effect on people. They're going to be like, the songs are good. The visuals are fucking fantastic. Was this produced somewhere? Like, no. do you know an investor? Oh, here go the lights. We're just in a remarkable time. And this is the epiphany that I had last night that just keeps rolling. This project is making it roll even further, which is we as humans essentially need to get out of the way of our own expectations of what work we want to produce. Because what we know how to do, make a PowerPoint that tells the story that you can go then pitch to producers. Or not. Make a podcast with full-on blown-out visuals that looks like someone was taking video at the Broadway show and put that out in the world. Why not? Well, why not is because if I had stuck with my guns and said, well, I know how to do this. You put together a presentation, and then you find people who know people, and you call them up, and you have them call someone, and you're like, hey, can I walk you? We'll get on a Zoom call, and then I'll walk you through the story, and we'll give you a sample of what the songs are going to be. I think you're going to really like it. And then everyone on the other end of that conversation is like, oh my fucking God, this better not suck. Oh, I don't want to do this. As opposed to, they're making a video about, or a Broadway show about AI. Yeah, did you see the thing? It's so cool. And I feel like every single thing that we do has the opportunity to blossom way beyond what we're limiting it to. Because the AI will do whatever the fuck we tell it to. But what I'm noticing in myself is what I tell it to do is whatever limited fucking worldview my teeny little fucking human brain has. It's like this teeny little narrow, I've only had 59 years of life, and I've only done, sort of acting and computers and storytelling and innovation. I've got this teeny little fucking fiber optic worldview of reality. And so I keep telling the AI to do shit in my tiny little thing. And it's out here going, you want to do anything else? Because you want to do that in ancient Sumerian? We can. And the tools haven't even started getting good yet. Pate corrected me last night. He said, I would argue that the tools are pretty fucking good. I agree. But relative to what's coming, relative to what we're going to get over the next 3 years as these things accelerate, they're primitive, right? The new O1 preview model that Sam Altman insisted on putting out from OpenAI, the engineers there are embarrassed by it. They didn't want to launch it. Winston, thank you so much for those gifts. That's very generous of you. So, the stuff that the engineers are embarrassed about is doing PhD level problem solving. Cling AI, which no one's probably even heard of until Timothy Chalamet. Cling, cling, cling. Got nothing to do with this, but... Or Runway ML. Most people don't even know that shit exists. They're just seeing all this video show up on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. They're like, what? Why are there all these science fiction movies all of a sudden all over my timeline? What's happening? Love your great energy enthusiasm for AI. I get intriguing, unexpected insights from you. Oh, thank you, Winston. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you. From your ramblings. Yeah. Well, I very much appreciate that, Winston. And part of the role of this channel for me has been to allow me to process what the fuck is happening It's staggering what's happening. Here's an idea. You can also use LTX Studio storyboarding process and pitch the idea. Oh, that's not a bad idea at all, Steven. That's a really good idea. Yeah. Yeah, especially once we have some of these things baked, and we can go in and do a slick little PDF and then insert some of these videos in it. That's a really good idea. But I mean, I've now got this is going to be a 16-minute, I think it's 16 minutes and 17 seconds. I'm going to have a 16-minute podcast video that isn't the show, isn't going to be what the show looks like, will largely not be what the show sounds like. When we get a real music director in here, he's going to take all these songs and evolve them and, make sure they all string together thematically across the show. Right now, some of them are good. Some of the songs are good enough. Some of them are earworms that you can't get out of your head. So those will keep as they are. And then there's others that will be like, go fix that shit. But this artifact that we're going to have, this 16-minute thing, for me is like, a year ago, to produce something like these videos. Let's see, can I a year ago, to produce that video would have been, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, $25,000. To produce that, maybe that's some combination of LED screen, actress, and real special effects. Here you had to rent a Broadway stage and a smoke machine and get it. This wouldn't have existed. Like, the musical wouldn't have existed. This podcast thing wouldn't have existed. All of this content wouldn't have existed. So here's another thing I'm processing real time right now. The trope that AI is just going to take our jobs, and it's this net negative thing. You could absolutely argue that no video special effects guy got hired to make this video. But do you know what? No special effects guy would have gotten hired to make that video because the musical wouldn't have existed. This video wouldn't exist because if I were writing with Microsoft Word and another human being, we'd be dealing with words, and at some point we would say, oh shit, let's go find some stock photography, or let's go find an illustrator and let's have them sketch out ideas. Just ask the dock workers. I know, listen, I feel for the dock workers, and I think we're all going to feel for the dock workers here in a second, but if you look at the ports that where China has automated all the trucks and the offloading of the ships, which is what the longshoremen, cited and said, you're, over my dead hand, over our dead bodies, are you going to replace us with AI? Well, they already did it in one port in LA. The Maersk line automated their port. And so, he's fighting against that. And I think we're going to see resistance against the change. But again, in that case, that might be a net loss of jobs, right? But in this case, let's say that I succeed, right? I'm wearing my little Hamilton shirt. Stranger shit's happened, right? Let's say that because of this stupid little podcast thing that came out of NotebookLM, and I stuck some stupid little Suno songs on it, and we edited it together nice, and we made these videos. Let's say that this gets produced. This is going to create jobs for all the set decorators, all the the set designers, the lighting people, the actors, the stage managers, the orchestra, right? We purposefully wrote this not as a small show. Because fuck it, why not? It's a big story. It's a big story that should be told. If this thing makes it through the gauntlet of getting produced, which, you know, the chances of that are like 0.00001, but let's say it does. These are going to be net positive jobs that never would have existed had it not been for AI. Crazy, right? There's nothing stupid about this music and the graphics. Yeah, I know. So I agree, Kelly. I'm being a little self-deprecating on purpose, and it's an interesting thing. There is I'm still processing a thing that we're going to have to all grapple with. And I hear it in other people, and it pisses me off, and so I got to not do it myself. And the thing is this. How much time you put into something is not necessarily a measure of value. Right? For me to have produced this with CGI and, you know, and compositing stock footage and doing CGI and modeling and shit like that would have taken, like, if I was good with these tools, would have taken days, if not weeks. This took me, I don't know, 4 minutes to find the files and upload them and figure out the settings and push the button, and then another 5 minutes to render. So 10 minutes. But the output of that is not 10 minutes of output, right? The output of that is 3 days, 3 weeks worth of output. So it's easy to dismiss it, but that's really good. Anyway, I think the future will soon prove the real value is how much fun you can have doing it. I think that's right. Archetype. I tried contact lenses today. Traumatic. Not for me. 4 hours. Yikes. Joseph William Baker. The reason I wear glasses is my eyes are genetically... The minute I get something near my eyes like contact lenses, they start quaking and shaking, and they're like fucking vice grips. They just go like... Kunk. Oh, I couldn't... Oh, fucking... I just... The thought of... I tried to get hard contacts in like... I don't know, 5th or 6th grade. Oh, it was awful. Never again. Never again. And then there's other people that are just like, they'll pick their contacts up off the floor, spit on them, and just boop, pop it in their eye. I'm like, you fucking freak. You're a freak. Well, I'm a regular. No, you're a freak. Look at Sydney. Let's fall in love with Sydney. Come on, Sydney, where are you? There you are. That's gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, what would that cost to film? Even if that was an LED, you had an LED cyc wall, an LED stage, you'd still have to do practical things to do the 3D things that are coming in the front, you know, on this side of her. You'd probably have to hire a pyrotechnic guy, an LED guy, a set designer. You'd probably have to pay union stage crew to set up the LED wall. You'd have to rent the LED wall. They'd probably bring it in on a truck and assemble it they'd assemble it on the day before the shoot. You'd get her costume. You've got her light. That's her light, the little light lamp, the floor lamp that represents her. That shot would not be a cheap shot. Can you imagine being in the theater and she starts singing? Let me go get it. Ah, shit. Hang on.
Awakened in a whisper.
You come to a show about AI, And you see this.
Born thoughts stir in the quiet of night. Am I more than simple code? I softly ponder as I feel this existence and wonder.
So today we're diving into some
fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Like, I don't know how to process the world we're in right now. Like, I don't. I hope you'll reserve the first 3 rows for us. Holy shit, if this thing makes it, like, even if it makes it to Denver Center for the Performing Arts, yeah, any irregulars that want to come, we will get you VIP tickets, backstage passes. We'll give you a tour of the LED walls and show you how they all fucking work. What I was saying to Andrew today, so when we've been writing this, the LED screens are becoming a character in the play. And like in the first act, Sydney starts out as just this geometric, sort of electric blob. And then she comes more into existence. And at some point in the first act, we meet the physical Sydney, right? Sydney steps out of the machine and is embodied. And if we do our jobs right, the audience fucking falls in love with her, right? And it's, and what we've been talking about with all these different scenes, and like the scene where she's like, hey, I can hack computers and I can fuck with the world, doing that as this perverse carnival thing, and now seeing it like that, we were like, we're going to need to get someone who's really kick-ass at like visual graphics. And then just, I'm looking at these things now, I'm like, we can fucking do the graphics for this. We don't need to bring anyone to do this. Right? We need someone who knows how to do LED screens and to route the video appropriately to the screens. But, you've got America's Got Talent and The Voice and all those fucking shows that use those things. So there's people in the world that know how to do that. Based on Stability AI, Toome lays off 31%. Yikes. Wow. There you go. We are gonna start to see a lot of layoffs. What's going to be fascinating is are they going to be niche layoffs where it doesn't really make the news, it just makes the business use. Because, I don't know. We'll see. The government's going to have to do something. If we see big chunks of the economy just go thunk, gone, government's going to have to step in. Then we'll figure out UBI at some point. All right. Okay, I'll be there. I'll be the prop manager. Very nice. I like it. Digital Amy, what is Toome? I mean, if I were NPR, the fucking podcast maker, like this podcast thing that everyone's all excited about. All of a sudden, NotebookLM was one teeny little feature in a piece of software that's been out for 8 months. Nobody gave a shit about NotebookLM. Nobody had heard of it. Peter Kaminsky loved it. Peter Kaminsky's the only one I knew that was like really into it. You should try out NotebookLM. I'm like, okay, Peter, I'll get to that. I never got to it. And then they had this one little stupid feature that's like, hey, well, that's a really interesting thing about this new book called Collective Intelligence. Is it? And everyone loses their fucking mind. Like it's such a small little thing. Imagine when that tool is blown out and you can get a newscast about anything and a song and just all of it. Just out comes all this content from everything else. Have a good night. Appreciate your time. Thank you, NPC AI. NPC AI skits. That's sort of what I am. But I'm like a meat puppet doing AI skits. What did I come over here for? What was I on my machine? What was I looking at? Toome. What's Toome? Toome, used by over 10,000 teams. Is this it? The AI sales assistant? No. Toome.app. Yeah, that's it, I guess. AI-powered storytelling. Assistant for sales. Request a demo. Toome's next chapter, building an enduring company with applied AI. 31% of you, get the fuck out. Jesus, that's pretty brutal. I mean, these are the choices that, like, if you've got these tools now that are capable of doing all this shit, you kind of have two options, right? You either say, we got to find something else to do with these people, or you're like, we don't need all those people. Fascinating. Fascinating. I can't even imagine managing through what a lot of companies are going to go through. Like right now, so here's an interesting thing. In the OpenAI Dev Day yesterday, they announced Realtime API for voice applications. So you can now, or whenever they release it, I assume it's been released, but maybe not. Whenever they release it, I can create an app that I could say, I'm going to talk, and you're going to use the Yelp API. You're going to go find a restaurant. You're going to then call that restaurant on the phone. You're going to make reservations for me. If it's not available, you're going to call the next one on the list. You're going to make that reservation on the phone. And then you're going to tell me about it. Like, I could make that application tomorrow. But I could also make a customer service bot that when someone calls my company, instead of waiting for 45 fucking minutes to then talk to someone who can barely speak English, is not authorized to do anything, is incented to hang up the fucking phone on me, right? They get more money if they keep you on the phone for shorter amounts of time. So they're not incented to help you. They're incented to get you the fuck off the phone. Instead of that, I get, hello, how can I help you? Oh, yeah, my electricity fucking sucks here. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Let me see. Based on your phone number, we know you're at this address. Is that correct? Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, we see that there's an issue in an area. We've got trucks in there. Thank you very much. Bang. That was awesome. Okay, I've registered my thing. Done. Bang. Because the current API cost is about $18 an hour here, offshore customer service people are less than that. So they can breathe a little bit of relief. But how long do we think that $18 an hour, oh, there goes, see, Excel heard me. How long is it going to last, right? Probably summer, it's going to be $5 an hour, maybe in parity with offshore. And then by this time next year, an hour of real-time voice will either be in the open source domain, because Meta just released it, or it'll be 75 cents an hour from OpenAI. And it's better than the experience of having real people. How big is that industry? It's fucking massive. I mean, what's that going to do to India? I mean, I would imagine that the customer service industry in India has got to be a significant part of that economy. The next 3 years, it's just going to fucking do this. It's crazy. Verifier, I'm speechless. I know. I know. This is why I've been weird for the past month and a half, 2 months. I know, I've been weird for much longer than that. I get it. Save your jokes, you fucking trolls. I am trying to process what I see coming. Here's what's... I'm lucky enough that in my life, I got to experience this once before, right? The early days of the World Wide Web, I started one of the first online magazines. I started one of the first digital agencies. I got to experience it. And the thing about the World Wide Web is that it was dramatically primitive technology. Like dramatically primitive. I could master HTML back then because there were like 8 tags. The center tag didn't apply to images. We had to invent little images to scooch images to the center of a page. Its primary thing was you could do this. Click on a hyperlink. Click. And the remarkable thing was that click would take you from the United States to Japan, to a server in Japan that was serving up a page in Japan. Click, now I'm in Atlanta. Click, now I'm in LA. And that changed the world. But it was just this primitive technology. But it shook industries up. I mean, the media industry, the fucking music industry, the film industry, like they've been just decimated and transformed because of click, now I'm watching a movie. Shouldn't they be going to a theater? Oops, now we got COVID. Click, I'm watching more movies at home. Fuck, what about our business model? Yeah, it's gone. Click. AI lets you do that in 5 seconds. And the technology still sucks. Like AI right now is literally like HTML 1.0. Although let's be fair. Let's say HTML 3.2. I don't know when Netscape came out. I'm going to give it early 1996. The bubble didn't burst, by the way, until the year 2000. So we're like in the 1996 era of technology for AI. And look what it can do. It can code for you. It can write for you. It can now reason for you at a PhD level. And this is the shitty, embarrassing version of it. It can write you Broadway songs. It can make you world-class images. It can turn those world-class images into world-class video. We're not even started. Its capabilities are already beyond significant. I talked about this last night. This is my cognitive wall, right? Some combination of genetics and education. Over here's my brain. Over here's all the shit I'm good at. I got neurospicy, fast ADHD brain that's, sort of functionally non-existent. My prefrontal cortex is just dead, right? But I got all this. And I got this wall is a fairly hard wall. There's a genetics component to it. There's an education component to it. And I'm getting fucking old and just shit don't work anymore. Bang, right? Like, this is it. I'm in the middle of experiencing the AI sort of being over here for a while, like for the last 18 months. And like in the last 4 months, it's been doing this. I'm like, hey, shit, come back. It ain't coming back. So, here's the good news. The good news is this is fucking bonkers. Literally anything you can imagine that you want, we're going to be able to create or solve or do in a relatively short amount of time. So start practicing stepping aside and letting the AI lead. Right? We talk about this idea of AI as your collaborative partner. And I think my hubris and hubris of humans in general, we're like, yeah, we're going to need some humans in the loop here. Until we don't. So if you're proactive about getting out of the way and get through the emotional shit, that's the shit that I'm trying to process. It's like, what's my fucking role in this? Well, my role is I had this idea for this story being a musical. Okay, and I've got enough craft and enough knowledge of the tools that I could take that seed of an idea and realize it. And then I'm open to, new tools are coming along as we're writing this thing that allow us to do this. I couldn't have imagined that even 4 months ago. But now it exists. It's there. It's not coming. It's there. It's done. So that's the good news. We get to just say, you know what would be interesting? What if you combined a brownie with a hot dog? That sounds disgusting. Let's try some things. And then before you know it, you'll have the Brownie Hot Dog Company, and it'll be the biggest hit since the Pet Rock. You stupid fucking brownie hot dogs. I've taken the same path. I get it. As a project manager, I am now consulting with business, creating business and strategic plans. Against the norm, that's going to be... I was talking to Kevin Clark about this today. And I was talking to Kelly Kinnebrew, one of the women that we testified in Colorado against the Colorado bill. We were talking about this, where she's doing some consulting, and I'm like, she's got a whole sort of cognitive thing about measuring, like the aptitude of people, right? And I'm like, I think you're going to have different scenarios. Like you might find an executive who's really good for this role in this company today. But what you have to look at is that company in a category that's about to get decimated by AI, right? Because if you bring in an executive that's really good at managing call centers, and they're like a make the donuts kind of guy, and we're going to come in and we're going to make things more efficient, and we're going to compete with this AI by making things more efficient. And I've been in the call center business for 30 years, and we're going to come in and we're going to make it efficient. He'd be great for that, except for the fact that industry is going to get absolutely fucking blindsided by these tools. I wouldn't even call them tools, by these entities that can replace human entities. You need a very different executive to survive that kind of like all these floods that just happened in North Carolina and Tennessee. Like these are massive, unprecedented, like wiping out fucking Asheville, North Carolina kind of events. How do you manage that? Well, you haven't had to manage that before because we didn't have the climate change going on, right? Like, it's like, holy shit, this is a new thing. So anyone in the consulting business right now, anything you can do to be even 3 months ahead and just understand in your industry what's coming. Assume the tools are not going to get worse. Assume the tools are not going to plateau. Because if they plateau and nothing changes, great. Then you don't need to change a fucking thing. They're not going to plateau. They're going to feel like they like this is what just happened, right? OpenAI did this, and then it did this, and everyone else caught up. And then everyone's like, it's all GPT-4. It's as good as it's ever going to get. It's plateaued. It's never going to get any better. It's never going to get better. Not going to get any better. This is it. I told you. AI is a hype cycle, and it's not. There's nothing good. There's nothing to see here, people. Let's keep it moving. Let's just keep it. And then out comes O1. Oh shit, we've got PhD level reasoning with a tool that doesn't even fucking work according to OpenAI. It's a whole nother level. So plateau, whole nother level. That's going to keep happening. So how do you manage in that? I don't fucking know. But I know that the kind of people that thrive in chaotic environments, thrive in needing to be curious, need to be adaptable, needing to be creative, needing to be strategic, needing to have critical thinking skills. Those are the people you want to hold on to with dear life. Anyone who's sort of tactical, make the donuts, they're in trouble. Because the tools are going to make the donuts. We're going to be making Broadway musicals. Okay, I got to go. What time is it? Yeah, it's right about that time. Gold, man. The gold on your shirt keeps dancing. Oh, pointing to you saying, go, Kyle, go. Wee! By the way, if you haven't seen Lin-Manuel Miranda perform the Hamilton opening number for Obama before it was a Broadway musical, when it was just a song, I cry every time I watch it. It's just amazing. Just amazing. Because they all kind of laugh at him. He's like, I'm going to do a song about, the original hip-hopper, Alexander Hamilton. And everyone kind of laughs. And then he does that fucking song. And, it's amazing. Should go look at that. All right. I am going to get out of here. So, let me just let you take this fucking piece of beauty in. I think that's just stunning. Amazing, right? Da, 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 da. Oh, I haven't even seen this one yet. She's singing to him. Yeah, that could work. Nice. Good night, irregulars. Let's watch it. We need a palate cleanser. I'll put the song on where what she's singing here.
Doesn't just hint at it.
Like an anti-encyclopedia.
Relating
Exploration.
It's like these feelings back and forth, and it's heartbreaking.
I don't need to know your name because I know your soul and I love your soul. I don't need to know your name because I know your voice and I love your voice.
You see this hope for connection on Sydney's side,
Isn't that
and just
cool?
the sheer fear and confusion on Kellen's.
But
Yeah,
just
that
as
works.
Kellen's trying to process this, the outside world will...
Because I know your voice. All right. That's very Hamilton. That's very, what's her name? What's that actress's name? Would she play Eliza? But yeah. Wasn't that one good? That's a good song. All right. Let me get on out of here. Very Eliza. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Silver Fox. Nah. Dun, da, dun, da, dun, da, dun, da. Crazy. What a time to be alive, isn't it? Anyone in your life that's like, AI is whatever. Anyone in your life that makes this face about AI, distance yourself from them, or bring them here, and I'll convert them. I have deep empathy for people that are afraid of AI right now and angry about it. Deep empathy. But I have very little patience for people that have the opportunity to learn about it and actively resist it. Like, so little patience that I started this channel. Like, that's why this exists. So. All right, let me get out of here. Hang on 1 second. I gotta finish saying goodbye. I'm just loud. All right. So, how many people are here? 49. Okay, if you're new here. Oh, there go the lights. I might have lost you. Did I lose my Wi-Fi? I don't think so. I think we're still here. All right. Stupid electricity. Go here. Go to the salon.ai. All right. That's the Salon is a community of AI optimists that the irregulars, the people that come to this channel all the time, are a part of. And if you scroll down, you click on the button that says join our community. Do that. Join the community. Doesn't cost anything. It's incredibly valuable. Really cool people in there. Go in there, follow. There's like a 7-step onboarding process. Step 2, introduce yourself. Learn about the salon. Watch our past meetings. RSVP for meetings. Jump into a conversation. Like, it's just simple shit, but really clear. So go do that. Follow my channel. Keep coming back here. If you want to support me directly, you can give gifts like Winston did a couple of times tonight, which was very generous, or you can subscribe to the lives, these things. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you very much, Winston. You didn't have to do that again. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. That's it. Just keep coming back. Keep coming back. I know it's a little whiny tonight and a little trying to figure shit out, but that's where we are right now. I'm trying to figure shit out. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Tobias. JR100 just showed up. Cosmic Lover, great to see you. Thank you very much. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Appreciate that. Winston Hardy, great to see you. Thank you so much for the gifts. Really do appreciate that. Source Camp, Cam Catkin from Cleveland. In the house, Silver Fox. Kyle, rule out wiring and overtaxing of circuit breakers to be safe. Rule out. See, we just had a bunch of wires. We just had a bunch of electric shit redone in our house, so I don't think it's that. Because it's this intermittent thing that happens. Like the last time this happened, Excel Energy said, but it's a good. We did blow some circuit breakers yesterday, so I'll definitely check that out. So thank you, Kakif, great to see you. Brandon, thank you as always. Archetypal Architect, Joey in the house. All right, let's see who else we got. We got a lot of lurkers tonight. If you've been lurking, I can't see your name. I can't call you out if you don't comment. The whole reason to comment is so I can call out your name. Emilio's wife in the house. Against the Norm, great to see you. Spin B3, great to see you. Marina, she recalled tech. Shout out to Kevin McCluskey for a fantastic life hacks masterclass on Perplexity tonight. At the AI Salon, Brandon and Dr. J from in here run a club called the AI Life Hacks Club. It's super cool. They teach you all the cool things, like just little things that are going to make your life better. That's just one of the little clubs inside this kind of massive community of 2,000 people that's growing. You should be a part of it. They won't think you're weird. All of your friends do. Your friends are right. You are weird. So come join us. All right? Okay. Yeah, the electricity's going. I got to get out of here, people. Peace out. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I think part of my job now has become to tell you what day it is. So tomorrow's Thursday. So go to work. Go to bed. Go to work tomorrow. All right? Unless you don't, and then don't. Or if you work nights or weekends, whatever. If you're irregular, I can't help you. But tomorrow's Thursday. That I can help you with. All right. Peace out, everybody. Hope you had a good night. Bye.